Perfect. Welcome everyone to the Town of Greater Napanee Committee of Adjustment for the 25th day of June 2024. Before we get started, I just want to remind everyone that this evening's meeting will be live streamed via our YouTube channel, and it'll be recorded, and you'll be able to watch it either this evening or later on if you want. So before we get started, for those that are watching the Committee of Adjustment but may not join us for the regular council meeting, I'd like to introduce our new CAO, Mr. Matthew Grant. Welcome, Matthew, and we're happy to have you, and we'll try not to beat up on you too much early on here. So,
thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to be able to serve the citizens of Greater Napanee.
Great, thank you. Having said that, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll look for a motion for the adoption of the agenda as presented. Moved by Councillor Hicks, second by Councillor Shank. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion's carried. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof? Seeing none, look for a motion for the adoption of the minutes for the Committee of Adjustment for the 14th day of May 2024 to be received and adopted as presented. Moved by Councillor Martin, seconded by Deputy Mayor Calver. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion's carried. Land severance application, lot addition application PLLA 2024-017 K Daca, location land surrounding 10665 Highway 33, legal description, concession 1, part lots 25 and 26, part of plan 60, ADOLPHUSTOWN. And normally we'd ask if there was anyone speaking for or against, but there's no one in the body of our council chambers. So I will turn it over to you, Mr. Nobes, when you're ready.
Thank you, Worship. The application before the committee this evening is seeking approval to add 7.6 hectares of land that surrounds 10665 Highway 33. So it's not lands associated with 10665 Highway 33. It surrounds that property. And the proposal is to add a portion of that to the neighboring property and retaining a small portion, which would then end up becoming merged with currently landlocked parcel to the north. So in the sketch, you'll see the existing lot configuration and the proposed lot configuration following this application and the decision regarding the application. So previously, this area, I'll say the general area, was subject to a very, very old village plan. Over the past term of council and this term of council, there was a deeming of that subdivision to essentially erase all of those lots, close the road allowances, consolidate the land into the current day configuration. And this is effectively to finish off the works that were undertaken previously to dole off a good chunk of that to the abutting farmland to be used for continued agricultural purposes, and a portion to be retained and merged with the currently landlocked parcel. The MTO had required previously under the deeming and road closing process that a mutual drive and right-of-way be established to provide access for the retained lands and 10665 Highway 33. That has already been registered and is in place, so the MTO has no concerns. The Conservation Authority has provided comment that there are some water courses in the vicinity, seasonal water courses, I'll say, and their comments were requesting that a right-of-way be established, but they weren't aware that this right-of-way was in existence today. So I've confirmed with them that their request for that right-of-way is essentially null and void given what's in place today, and no new entrances are proposed. This is just a change in fabric, and there's no immediate development proposed on either the parcel to the east to receive the lot addition or for the land currently landlocked to receive the retained land, essentially. So it would provide the opportunity to develop the retained land in that landlocked parcel. Now that there would be a road frontage and legal access for that land. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer those of the committee, but staff's recommendation is for approval.
Great, thank you, Mr. Nobes. Is there any comments or questions for Michael with respect to his report or his presentation? Seeing none, go ahead.
Move staff recommendation.
Sorry, thanks, Councillor Shank. We have a motion that The committee received for information that the technical report regarding application PLLA 2024-017 and further that the application to permit a lot addition of 7.6 hectares be approved, subject to a number of conditions that are contained within our agenda. That motion is moved by Councillor Shank, seconded by Deputy Mayor Calver. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion's carried. And we'll look for a motion for adjournment. Moved by Deputy Mayor Calver, seconded by Councillor Martin. If there's no further comments, questions, or concerns, all in favor of that motion? Opposed? Motion's carried. Thanks, folks, and we'll see you at 7 o'clock for a regular session of council.